Sama, I'm not hearing you, or you've not
Yeah,
said
I didn't,
anything.
I didn't, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't feel the music on, so we're waiting.
We Santo Man Kolnyang.
Okay, welcome, guys. So I'm going to stop the music. So thank you for coming in, guys. So let me welcome my guest this evening, Mr. Patrick Oyet, Chairman of Union Journalists of South Sudan and Senior News Producer. Oyet Patrick, thank you for coming to Let's Say Media. And thank you again for accept our invitation. I know you are very busy, all of this going on in the country. Before we dive in our conversation. So I will give you a chance to introduce yourself, and then we can go from there. Thank you. Welcome, Wyatt.
Thank you, thank you. I just missed part of the question that you asked. Thank you for having me. If you could
Hmm.
repeat, I think I have a problem, or your side has some problem with network. So part of the question I missed.
Oh no, I just said that welcome to Let's Stay Media. I will give you this chance to
Th
introduce yourself, and then we will
Thank you.
our conversation. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. My name is Oyet Patrick Charles. I am the head of the Union of Journalists of South Sudan, and also I am actively still doing news, producing, and reporting as well. So that is briefly about me.
Thank you, Wyatt. I know you've been covered a lot of news going on in our country, and it's good that yesterday was a day for media freedom day. A lot of journalists are out there, and it's good that you talk about uh, the importance of the media in South Sudan in this environment. The peace going on, all of this going on, and the media is a voice of the people and the country. So, what is the importance of the media in the country in South Sudan? Thank
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Actually, the World Press Freedom Day is very, very important for us as journalists in South Sudan. We are preparing, by the way, all of us, Union of Journalists of South Sudan, together with the Association for Media Development in South Sudan and other media stakeholders, media houses, to commemorate. The commemoration could have taken place immediately on Saturday, but because the 3rd of May fell on a weekend, we decided that we push the commemoration in South Sudan to 6th of May, which is coming, and therefore the commemoration is going to take place at the University of Juba, specifically in the Senate Hall. We are very much together with our colleagues across the world marking this day. This day is very, very important because it is a day that reminds the authorities and also even non-state actors in South Sudan about the importance of the media, the importance of the press. And I think you could have seen that a report also was released by the Reporters Without Borders. This is a body that is found in France, and it works across the world, ranking countries on their performance in terms of press freedom. And this particular time, South Sudan has performed well compared to actually the East African countries. South Sudan ranked number 109, falling from number 136. It was at 136 the last time this index was done. So that also is an encouraging thing for us in the media that at least something is being done. Authorities are listening to us, but of course we are requesting for more to be done. But particularly on this day, this is an important day because it really is a day that we remind authorities that, the media is very important. The democracy that we aspire to have in South Sudan, we cannot have democracy without the media. It is the media which is supposed to provide avenues for checks and balance. It is the media that is supposed to provide really avenues for accountability and bring also the voices of the ordinary people that otherwise would no, their voices would not be heard to authorities and connect these people to authorities and connect authorities to the ordinary people. So this is a very, very important day, and that is why during the commemoration on 6th of May, we're going to have government officials, we are going to have media authority, we are going to have various stakeholders, including diplomatic missions that are here in South Sudan, the European Union delegation, UN agencies like UNESCO will be with us. So it is really a very important day for us in South Sudan.
Thank you so much, Oyet Patrick. And also, and it's feel good. It's good that celebration will go on and organize the journalists, the work that they are doing. They put their life on risk, as we see. There are harassment of journalists, and many of them have been arrested. Even some of them they lost their life, but they continue because the journalist is one of the important organization in the country that can bring news to the public, and it's good that the government of South Sudan is recognized that, and they will be participate that. My next question to you, but what is the importance of the media in the situation of contact, like in South Sudan? And move to the next question is, how is the union of journalists in South Sudan helping to contribute the peace building in the country? Peace parliamentation and desegregation of extension. As we have seen, the peace RSS peace agreement now is crumbling, and we have seen the rising of violence across other countries like communal violence, and also the conflict between the government and IO. And the journalists are there to bring us a good information what's happening in the country. So, as a chairman, as a president, can you explain more about those things? How the media can play a role, bring the peace, like the peace building in the country, and also to make sure that work with the people in the ground so that this is escalating a problem in the country.
Yeah, thank you. The network is really not very good. We are struggling. I'm struggling to hear you, but I had part of the question where you were asking the importance of the media in the country, and you also talked about the conflict and how journalists can also, for example, help in promotion of peace in the country. Yes, the media is extremely important in the country. Number one, reliable information can be got through the media. The world has changed, the media industry has changed because of the coming of internet, that we have a lot of information on social media that are posted. Some are posted with good intentions to provide information. Some are posted also with other intentions to create fear, panic, and even chaos. So the general population normally relies on media, credible media, to really get accurate information. I'm sure people can see anything on social media, but they can say, let's go to Lake State Media and check if they have reported. And if they find it is reported, they say, yes, this is a credible media. That means what they are reporting is true. So the media really plays a very vital role in terms of providing accurate information, making sure that the public gets the information that is accurate, is balanced, and is verified. So to that extent, that is really, really very important. And as I also say, there is a lot of because of the access of internet and social media, there is a lot of information normally that goes out, and sometimes they create panic, they create chaos, they can even incite violence. And normally, the media, by following the maxim or ethics of do no harm, the media always tries to make sure that it really balances to ensure that not really an alarm is created to society. Yes, the country is going through a lot. There has been incidences where armed civilians fight with the national army. There have also been bombardments of some parts of the country by the army, of course, and a lot of things have been happening. intercommunal violence, also one community attacking another one, sometimes because of cattle raid, sometimes it's because of revenge. And the media has always been there. The media has always been there to try its best to report as accurate as possible, to ensure that authorities also get the accurate information and take action. Yes, you may get information from the media, and also you look at the people on the ground and find out more information. Of course, it's always good to get very many sources of information as a leader when you're making decision. So really, media plays a very important role. And since actually 2018, when the peace agreement, the current peace agreement that is being implemented has been, signed, and implementation started, the media has played a very, very big role, a very positive role in trying to tell people what exactly is in the peace agreement, bringing deadlines, for example. Now, for example, in 2024, when people were preparing for election, exactly 6 months before election, the media was telling people, today, on that day, of course, today the electoral commission is supposed to declare election, and electoral commission went and declared, and then they were saying campaign is supposed to start, but because of the very many factors that were not in a positive way, election was postponed. But these reminders are very important, like to remind people that, like, now the extension started in effective in Feb 22nd of Feb. People know now we are how many months into the extended period of 24 months. What is supposed to happen? What is supposed to happen with the constitution? What is supposed to happen with the election? All these are reminders that the media normally give the public and also the authorities, in case they were busy with other things and they were not remembering that, hey, we are supposed to be doing this at this time. And through the interviews, through providing platforms where the public can interact with their leaders, they ask their leaders questions, they get answers directly from the leaders. So the media has really done much, and that goes on even to the areas in the rural areas where, for example, we have community medias, and this media actually is playing a very big role. Some of them do in programs in dialect, news in local languages, which are very good, giving people really information that they need. At least when you move across South Sudan now, people will tell you there's a peace agreement being implemented, even though they may not know everything about it, all the content. At least they have an idea that there's a peace deal being implemented. All this is done actually by the media. And that's why also the media in the past 1 year or so has been focusing on peace journalism. We have been providing a lot of trainings to journalists on issues of peace journalism, how to really frame these stories in a way that do not encourage violence, because we are not supposed to incite violence, even by our ethics. When you look at the code of conduct for practicing journalism in South Sudan, it doesn't require us to incite violence. So we have been doing trainings through support from institutions like Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA, where we have been promoting peace journalism, conflict sensitive reporting, so that we don't become part of a problem. Because the media in some countries, we have history where media was a problem. You remember in Kenya, there's a journalist who was taken to ICC. In Rwanda, the same, we had media that were cited as being very negative and creating violence or promoting it. So we are trying our best to make sure that we don't get involved in these kind of things. We report accurately. We make sure we don't incite violence. We make sure, we provide accurate information for the leaders also to make their own decisions. So the media is playing a very great role, and the new media, especially like the Lake State media that are online, is even more important now, because most of the young people are online. And when you look at the population of South Sudan, majority are young people, and most of them are online, and they do not sit to watch a normal TV or listen to radio most of the times. They rely on their gadgets, the phone they have. They check what is there, they listen, they watch, they do this. And that's why it is very important also for the government to work more on providing accessibility of internet to rural areas, because the majority of the people who are involved in violence are youth. And if you can change their mind, you can provide them with productive activities, then definitely, and with the new media, then definitely you find that the situation will change for better. And also, another thing that we're advocating for as Union of Journalists is for the people who support media. to also support the online media, because there's a thinking that they should only support the traditional media, an established radio station somewhere, an established TV station somewhere, but not an online media, which is really a wrong thinking. Is a thinking in the past. But the current reality on the ground is that the online media should even be supported more, because now they have more impact than even the traditional media. If you see, for example, the conflict in Nasir, which happened some few months ago, the conflict was majorly fought online. If you see, there was a lot of online, information posted from here, another one from there, another one from there, another one from there. If this energy could be diverted to do something positive, it would be very great for the country. So yeah, the media continues to play a very important role, and we believe that it is very important, and more should be done to empower the media in the country.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you, Patrick. For yes, absolutely. We are 100% correct. And another thing too, what are they? Because right now we have, as you mentioned about the online media, and we have professional media, those are Al Jazeera, SSPV, and other news media, BBC, CNN. Those are the big media that the world know them. And now, as you've seen, the world is moving from this traditional media that people can sit down to watch the news on the TV, but now everybody have a cell phone. You just click up on your hand and then you can listen. And that's where all the media now are moving away to to the online media. And if we talk about the online media, the content of our South Sudanese as how we use social media, whether Facebook or Twitter. Very much people are using Facebook as one of the big factor. And if you can remember, I think it's few months ago or last year when the media authority shut down Facebook and TikTok in the country. That was a big thing. And because of the incident happened in northern Sudan when those people was killed, and there are some graphic photos and video and we share online. And then the government of South Sudan went and shut down the media for like, I don't know, about a week or so, for 2 weeks. That was a big thing. And that is seem like it's a violation of the media, freedom of the media. So what has a chairman of the union, what can you do your leadership as a journalist, and you work with the government, South Sudan government, to close those gaps, like those of hostile propaganda, misinformation that the citizens are putting on social media, and that contribute, as you mentioned, one example of what happened in Nasser. Is one of the big factor people were using now. One of the media now, or media online now, is called Clubhouse. Is one of the big factor using a negative campaign what happened in Nasser. So, what is your what can you do? Your office and the government work hand in hand so that you guys can close that gap, and how the government can respect the freedom of the media. Welcome. It seems like network pros. Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah, you can go ahead now. It's like the network is probably a bit. Go ahead. Oh, bear with me, guys. Network connection. This will come back. Okay, let's wait for our guys so the his network connection is. So you'll be back. So yes, I see your question. Yeah, I would brought up some of your question, guys, right there. But so I will bring those questions up. Let's wait for a second, so he'll be back. Okay.
Mike, Sholgrang Awan, Yubit, Bing Yarul Pandiri Shet Maniel, Anaketon Yel, Zillo,
Let's wait a little bit,
when
guys. It's coming back.
Tornado.
The network. Cuba network is always like the network that we have.
I think a kick, Kega Buka, Devo, Anyalia, dear Kuika, Pingrin, Gemana, yet, when I jang along, I do Kega Parami, Madina Maja, Kubo, Makur, Kega, Boligan, Kuai, Zatian, Wagari, Kegela, Emmanuel, whenever you go. I think a kick, Kega Buka, Devo, Anyalia, dear Kuika, Pingrin, Gemana, yet, when I jang along, I do Kega Parami, Madina Maja, Kubo, Makur, Kega, Boligan, Kuai, Zatian, Wagari, Kegela, Emmanuel, whenever you go. I think a kick, Kega Buka, Devo, Anyalia, dear Kuika, Pingrin, Gemana, yet, when I jang along, I do Kega Parami, Madina Maja, Kubo, Makur, Kega, Boligan, Kuai, Zatian, Wagari, Kegela, Emmanuel, whenever you go.
Yeah, welcome back. Yes. Yeah, welcome. Yeah. So while the network was cut off, did you get what I was asking you? You can go ahead if you got my question. Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, network is
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Yes, I did. I got the question. The challenge where, yes, I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you. I'm getting you.
Yeah, go ahead. Yes, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. The challenge we are having in South Sudan is basically, um, and many countries, not only South Sudan, is that the new media is coming at a very fast rate or a space, and the laws are behind something online because there's no control
Yeah, we have a really bad network connection guy bad with us. So he's gonna come back. Uh, yeah. Okay.
network
Yeah.
is terrible.
Yeah, network is terrible. Yeah. So go ahead and finish that so we can maybe we
Mm.
should. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, network. Yeah.
Uh, yeah. Technology is giving us that time today, really.
Yeah.
Um,
It's good now. You can go ahead. It's good now. We can.
okay, okay, thank you. So the problem of the current situation of the new media is that the new media changes or changes in the new media is happening at a very fast pace, and the laws are behind. So that is the same problem we are facing in South Sudan now, that people or some group of people can start inciting violence. They can post information that is not accurate. They can post information that causes panic. But then you do not have proper laws to deal with this situation. We are relying on all laws in the Penal Code Act. We are relying on laws in the Civil Act. We do not have laws to deal with posting of materials on social media. That has brought us to the situation in which the government decided one time to close the social media platforms. But I am happy that they finally realized that it was a mistake and it was open, because for that closure of the social media, the public had done nothing wrong. If the videos were posted, they were posted from Sudan, they were not posted from South Sudan. And if people were sharing, they were just sharing content that was, shared with them. So they had not done anything wrong. It was very wrong to punish people for something they did not do. So for that reason, therefore, the government came to realize that the decision they made was not correct, and therefore social media was open. Now, what are we doing? What we are now doing is to advocate for some policies, for some laws to be made, that laws that are supposed to be fair, so that to regulate how people use the new media. If I go to the new media or social media and abuse people, what should be done? What laws should be used against me? If I go and incite violence and people fight, what should be done? At the moment, we don't have those laws, so we are advocating for those laws to come in place to regulate how the media should be used. Once the law is there, then it also will block the government from, just waking up one day and closing social media or shutting it down for the public, because the law will provide that that is a right of the public to know, and therefore they have to enjoy the services. And if there are individuals within the society who are misusing that service, the law will deal with them. So that's one of the things we are advocating for, working with partners like UNESCO. Very soon we are going to organize a coming together of people from National Communication Authority, Media Authority, journalists, and even some members of the civil society who work closely with issues to do with media, so that we try to come up with some kind of a policy, a document that the authorities could look at and develop it further to have at least some regulations on how the media should be used. That also goes to even the big tech companies like Meta, that runs, for example, Facebook, which is very popular in South Sudan, that they should also come on board and help in setting up at least an office where they can hire. We have very many good ICT experts in South Sudan who could be working behind the scene to ensure that the information that is inciting, abusive, and so on are controlled. And this can be done also by the artificial intelligence. But of course, the local people have to feed in the information that could be inciting. For example, calling a tribe a certain name and all these kind of things could be avoided through making sure that there is an artificial intelligence platform where those words, if they are detected, they are removed because they may cause a problem. So it is something that first of all requires law, and then the tech companies have to come on board. And also, one thing also that we are crying for is that the tech companies also have to open up the country so that the people who are operating on social media or on new media like Lake State Media and other individuals also who have very large followings when it comes to social media, they should be paid. They should be paid like other people in other countries who generate money or through the online media. There are people in other countries, I am told, who make a lot of money through online work that they do. We can have somebody who have hundreds of thousands of followers, but they do not make any money out of their content that is consumed. So we believe that through working with the authorities, coming up with policies, coming up with laws to regulate, getting the right people to do the work of regulation, getting the tech companies on board, That will avoid problems of shutting down social media, but also it will make sure that the social media is not misused to create problems in the society. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Patrick. There is a question coming from I put on the screen that is asking you if your report are credible information. Are you having access or interview pending cases such as Dr. involvement in NASA? And the second question coming from another one. This guy is one of the young journalists. He's working on the ground where I've stayed. His name is Akol. He's asking you, what are your plans as the union to train online journalists who are running online media outlet and how we use the social media as a voice of the peace and democracy in the country? That's a very good question. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Let me start with the first one about whether my report is credible or not. Every journalist tries to make their report credible, to make the report accurate, to make their report as fair as possible. And that's what I try to do every time. The challenge that I face are the challenges that all journalists face. For example, sometimes you do not have access to the officials that you want their voices to really back up your story. For example, now if you want, in the situation as you said, where Dr. Riek Machar is under house arrest, who am I going to talk to from Riek Machar's side? It's always a challenge. Some people that you may think may speak for him may not be available or may not even be around. So those are challenges that we face as journalists, and it's not only me. It's a challenge that many people face. But as a journalist who works also for some international media, I always try my best to be accurate, to be fair, to be balanced, because even those media houses alone, they do not accept something that is biased. And remember, our work goes through checks. There are so many checks that will be done. As a reporter, I do not just write what I wish. I do not just write something and send. I say this is the story, and they say yes, do it. So many people who have knowledge also about the country go through this script. They check. They go through the facts. They check, including names of people. So it is not something that you can just put your wish there. It is not. As a journalist, of course, I try my best to be as fair as possible, and I believe I am. So that's how I can answer that question. And for that matter, many of our colleagues are very fair. They want balanced stories. People have moved away. There's just a perception sometimes outside there that somebody is biased or somebody is this. But in reality, I can tell you, colleagues who work for any international media in this country are always balanced, because it's not possible. It's not, even the people who are working for media like SSBC do not think that these people are one-sided. They are not. It is only the editorial policy that may make their stories look biased. But when they go to collect news, they collect news that is balanced. They remember they are human beings and they are guided by the same ethics. They are people who went to school and studied media. But it is the media house that has a certain policy. For example, if a media house says we have a ban on this issue, then you cannot talk about it, even if you are the best journalist, unless you want to leave the media house. So that's why sometimes I feel bad when I hear people blame colleagues who work, for example, for SSBC. These people are what, all these kind of things. It is not them. It is the policy. It is the editorial policy of the media house that guides. Even us, sometimes those who work for international media, there's an international media who will tell you that, you know what, for us, issues to do with, for example, religion, we don't report. If it is Pope, if it is, Islam, if it is what, we don't report, because we don't want to be part of this situation. And you, as a reporter for that media house, you have to toe the line. You have to follow. You cannot just create your report about Pope and you bring it, and the media house says we don't report about it. So that's how it works. So it is very good for every journalist to be fair, to be balanced, to be accurate, and not to take sides. And as far as I am concerned, I've never taken sides in any of this. Uh, what is going on. I report balanced as possible. Yeah, that's what I can answer. Now, on the second question of training online journalists, as I said, one of the challenges we are facing is that most of the donors still look at only the traditional media. So So when you go to a donor as the Union of Journalists, we currently do not have a lot of our own resources. We have a few of our own resources, and most of the resources we depend on are from donors. And most of the donors would want to see something done for the traditional media as opposed to the new media. And we are trying to convince them that look, there is a new thing, things have changed, and therefore you do not need to ignore the online media. They are as important as the traditional media. And as such, we've gotten some resources and we did some training, not in all the states, but we did.
Sorry, guys. So network connection again. Um, Bear with me, guys. So he's coming back. Network connection again over there. I don't know. The network connection today is so bad in Juba. Let us wait for a little bit so he can come back. Thank you guys for your question. Those are very good questions. So he's answered them. So regarding a concern about the media in South Sudan, he's the right person to have those questions because he's the president of journalists in South Sudan. So everything, those of you who are journalists in South Sudan who have trained, you have a certificate, you have a license, and you're working on the ground, whether you are doing online live show, because majority of you who are doing a live Facebook, doing whether you are covering event or you're doing other activities like wrestling matches, or rather than that, he's whenever you got into a problem with the law, he's the right person. So he's
Yeah, we have, it has been raining in Juba. It has been raining, so I think the network has some issues
yeah, I see
because
a
of
terrible
that.
rain. I saw even car were being flooding out, so it was a big rain in Juba today.
Yeah, yeah. So I think that has really affected the network. So before the network went off, I was just saying that we are pushing with the donors especially to ensure that we get resources for training online media journalists. There is still a bit of resistance because many of the donors still think of the traditional media. But last year we managed to train a few, at least in 4 states, 4 out of the 10 states, and 3 administrative areas on digital security, uh, digital skills, how to protect yourself when you're online, using online media, and so forth. But we believe that is not enough. So as the year goes, we are lobbying for resources, and once that become available, we will provide these trainings. We are also working with other local partners like the South Sudan Human Rights Defenders Network to ensure that when they have some resources, they can also put in this kind of training, especially for the digital media, the new media that is in place. So we believe that we will get resources, and therefore our colleagues who are working online will also benefit from this. We are also trying to do a mapping. We are trying to do a mapping of the online media, which are the online medias that are very active, who are their members that can be trained, and so forth. So it's something that we are working on. We are also mapping out who are the influencers on social media who may need some training as well. Because when you have a big following, that comes with responsibility. That means whatever you post online is going to be seen by many people, and therefore it should be really accurate. So they, even though those people are not really journalists by training, they need some basic training so that they do not cross the line we don't want them to cross. Like, for example, sending false information, inciting violence, encouraging abuses using their platforms. So we are mapping out, we are mapping, and as I said before, with the help of UNESCO, we're working on something so that we help those who are having online presence. So my brother from Warab, we've not forgotten this. As I said before, it is a very important branch of the media now. And if you see many of the media houses now are actually going online. I don't know whether you saw last year, 2024, when the Standard Media Group in Kenya laid off a number of staff because they want people to work remotely, and also they are going online. There is a very big newspaper and a traditional newspaper in Germany called Taz. TATS has been in existence since 1950s, and it is a newspaper that is not affiliated to government, is run purely by private individuals who have come in a group known as cooperative. And this newspaper has been running, as I said, since 1950s. But by October this year, they are closing. They are not closing the offices, but they are not going to be printing papers. They are not going to be printing papers to distribute or sell to the streets. They are going to be selling online, and they will only be online. So you can see the move. A paper that has been in existence since 1950s is closing its doors to printing papers and is going to be online. That tells you where the media is going. So as a union, we are very much aware that this is the direction that we need to take. If at all we want our media to be relevant, we have to be very active in ensuring that those going online are supported and are able to do their work properly. So we are very much keen on ensuring that people online get the required skills that they need. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Absolutely, that's a wonderful answer. My last question, so that we're having a challenge with the network right now. My last question regarding about to close your remark. What is your message to South Sudanese using your social media, both in the country, in South Sudan, and outside diaspora? What can you tell them, special people, those young,
Yeah,
etc.? Yeah, go ahead.
my message is that we have to continue to ensure that the media functions in South Sudan. We have to continue to fight for the freedom of the press. We have to continue to fight for the freedom of the media. It is never easy. It is not a one-day thing that you can just make a declaration and it happens. It really takes time. But as we also do that, as we fight for freedom of the media, freedom of the press, freedom of expression, as journalists, let us continue to remain neutral, to ensure that our reports are accurate, because normally most of the problems that we face as journalists is when authorities or anybody who wants to attack you identify some small inaccuracy in against you. So it's very important that we try to check our sources and cross check and make sure that what we are putting out is attributed, also is not our own saying, but is something that somebody has said or done, and we do a proper investigation. The future is always bright. It is us to work to make it bright, because every generation is there to contribute in a way. Our fathers, grandfathers contributed in their own ways, and that's why we are here now. And it is our time to contribute. And it is a call. I always say that journalism is really a call from God, because if you look around, the pay is not that much. The pay is not that much. And then the work is throughout. No weekends, no public holidays. In most cases, it's the public holidays when you are actually working more. So if you are not really called to do it, it will be very difficult for you. So it is a call that I urge my colleagues to continue to push. And as I said at the beginning of this interview, that there is no democracy without the media. If the media is not there, the democracy that we aspire to have, the one that we want, will not be there. So we remember that we are doing a very, very important work for our population, and to ensure that things run well. There's justice, there's accountability, there's fairness. We fight corruption through our reports, through the things we write in our papers, through what we do on our online and so forth. And this is the work that it is the second liberation that it is the media that can do. It is the media that can push this country forward. So let us not give up, even in the middle of challenges of low pay or delay pay and so forth. We only hope that things will get better. When you look at other countries around, like in Kenya, for example, journalists are among one of the best paid. So we shall also reach that stage. If not us, those who follow us will reach that stage. So we cannot give up. We have to really push, and things will get better. That's what I can say.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Patrick, for coming to Let's Say Media. It's really wonderful. It's an honor to have you again. And we continue will bring you back to update people regarding about that, because we're having these young journalists who are rising up, but they don't have those qualifications because they always run into the law and they get arrested. So it's good that you are there for their voice so that they can have the right resource and information they need so that they can have that break between them and the government and the law enforcement. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful night. Have a good day. See you again. Thank you. If you can put in your last
Thank you.
statement,
Thank you.
last word, yeah, put
Bye.
it in your last word so I can talk.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you to Lake State Media for hosting me. And as an online media, I have a lot of respect for you. It is not easy to, maintain, and you've been there for years. You're actually among the pace setters in South Sudan. So I really appreciate that. And I urge also colleagues to go for media convergence. That means even if you have a radio, you have a TV, please, online is very important. Let us strive to go online. The media is moving online, and let us continue doing the good work. And I wish you a very good month of May. This is the month of press freedom, world press freedom. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful night. Happy May Freedom Day. Thank you. Wonderful. Keep up. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful night. So thank you, and I'm really delighted to have Mr. Patrick to Lexington Media to give you information you need. Thank you, and I will see you guys next time. Have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.